Hey Scorpio, welcome to your August 2024 weekly reading. It's going to be a reading from August 12th until the 18th. I hope you're doing well. We're just going to go ahead and jump straight into it. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. I have updated the prices with the personal reads, so if you're curious and interested in booking one with me, that link will be down below. So let's go ahead and jump in here, Scorpio, and let's take a look. What do we got here? All right. You know what? Like I just said in the Libra reading, this camera, I don't think the overhead camera is going to be around for long. So I'm going to have to figure out something because for the life of me, I can't get this thing to focus. So let's go ahead and just pull the rest of your cards here, Scorpio. It is interesting here. You have the Three of Swords. You have the Three of Swords in the position of where your strength lies. Now, the Three of Swords can be an energy of disappointment, heartbreak, feeling like things are unfair, feeling like reality is unfair, just feeling like life isn't fair, or just what you're dealing with is just extremely difficult and hard. And I'm seeing here you like hoping for some form of like momentum, swift shift here, because you have the Ace of Wands here in the position of your hopes and your fears. It's interesting. Let's see. You do have the Sun card in your current energy at this time, so let's see what's going on here, Scorpio. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Nope. All right. You have this 12th house card. It says escape here. Yeah, the 12th house is a house of isolation, solitude. It's a house of loss. Now, loss meaning, not literally meaning like, oh, it can be like loss, like you losing things, right? But the 12th house is like an energy that's non-tangible, right? It's a spiritual house. So it deals with everything that is the opposite of being tangible and material. And it's the dissolving of things. It's a house of self-enlightenment, or it's a house of self-enlightenment, or it's a house of self-undoing. And with the Three of Swords, you know, at the 12th house, it can almost feel like everything that you're going through at this time just feels like it's out of your control. It's like as much effort as you try to put into it, you almost just feel like, damn, like these fucking things I just feel like are just happening and they're just like out of my control and it feels like I can't do anything about it. And maybe there are some things happening, right, that you don't have control over. But the 12th house does encourage us to seek self-enlightenment, whether that's an energy of like giving yourself solitude, right? Not isolation, not isolating yourself, but like solitude to be able to reflect, have it, you know, to be introspective, to meditate, to have stillness, right? And to seek the answers within, right? To find that sense of self-enlightenment. So the 12th house can be a house of like retreat, right? Like needing to kind of retreat, right? Kind of go into the hermit mode. I feel like you're almost being encouraged to do that here. Because I feel like at this time with the Sun card being in your current energy, there's a lot of soul searching you're doing, a lot of soul seeking. The Sun card is the archetype of the Sun, and the Sun represents the soul, our being. And I feel like at this time, the emphasis, the spiritual lesson here that lies dormant that you may be unaware of is really connecting back to your being and like your happiness and your sense of self-expression, your creativity, your joy, your enthusiasm. I think these are things at this time that you are searching for and seeking. Also just wanting to, like I said, feel connected to your being. Because even with the Emperor here being in the challenge, and it's in the heart of the spread, you know, the Emperor represents Aries seated in his power. You don't have to be an Aries, right? But that's just what the card is. It's like us feeling like we're centered and seated in our power. But if things happen like the Three of Swords, it can feel like it can be this energy of feeling uprooted, right? Feeling like it's just been raining and storming and we haven't really gotten much sun, right? Literally the sun is like you're seeking that sun. So you do have the Page of Cups here in the future position. I feel like with this Page of Cups, this could be, I feel like there's some type of support or upliftment coming your way. Now this may just be with inside yourself here as well. I don't know why everything that I'm like trying to get to focus, like this Mercury retrograde is just so frustrating. This is probably going to be the most frustrating month for fucking everybody, August. Like the first 10 days, okay. But now entering into this, the 11th to the 20th, with all the fucking shit that's going on in the astrology, it's going to feel fucking very frustrating. And I think at this time, you are frustrated just like I'm frustrated. Maybe I'm just like doing a comparison, but you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of frustrating energy going on in the collective, but I feel with this Page of Cups is some type of support here that you're getting in the future. And you could just be finding this, if it doesn't come externally, it could be just coming internally here as well. Like you being able to like pick yourself back up, forgive yourself, have compassion for yourself. Also, that could be coming into a situation, whether it's forgiveness or compassion, or just any type of support here that you've been needing and seeking. I feel like whatever this is going to be meaningful. The fish in the cup represents consciousness, and it represents the waters as well, the spiritual waters, right? Water being that spiritual element, to where water dissolves things, right? Kind of lets go of the rigidness and allows for grace and peace and serenity to come in. So I'm almost getting this energy coming towards you here, Scorpio, in the future position. And if you don't find it, or if you don't get it externally, like I said, I think you're getting it. Something's rising up in your consciousness, right? That is newer, and I feel like it's going to allow you to dissolve this Three of Swords energy. You have the Queen of Swords for your overall energy here for the week. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is just trying to understand something better, right? Especially if we've gone through a Three of Swords, you're like, okay, fuck, that hurt, right? And the Queen of Swords is like, okay, well, what can I learn from it? Like, what can I take from this situation so that way it doesn't happen again, right? Or what can I take from this situation to improve? So the Queen of Swords is like the comprehending aspect of like learning and understanding, which gives you revelation, which gives you clarity, which gives you like a newer form of an outlook here. And that's what I'm seeing here, like the whole energy, overall energy here being for you for the week. It's like just getting a better understanding. And I also get here too, like you being more strict on yourself, Scorpio. Like there could be things here that you're having to tighten up with, right? Whether it's like responsibility or if it's work or whatever the case might be. I see you really doing that this week. You do have the Five of Swords here in the outcome position. Now, I don't get a negative energy out this Five of Swords, right? Five of Swords, I know is like it can be an energy of like betrayal or whatever, but I feel really with the Five of Swords, this is you finally going through these stages of first, you know, the person in the background, like kind of being like crying about something, right? I'm not saying you're crying, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like kind of just being down about something, and then it goes to acceptance, and then it goes to, okay, I'm going to take things into my own hands here and figure out what I can do to have control, the Emperor, right, in the challenge over my situation and my circumstances. Because even with the Emperor, like the biggest lesson for the Emperor is like to understand that he can't control other people, or that he can't control things that are outside of his control, that he can only control everything that's inside of his control. And that's what gives him his power. So I'm almost seeing here that the universe is saying like to not forget your power here, Scorpio. And with the Seven of Wands being the advice, this is like standing up for and fighting for what it is that you want, even if you've been knocked down, even if you've been set back, or even if you have felt defeats or failures. The Seven of Wands is saying to rise up again. And I think that's your advice here, is like to give yourself another chance, right? And to keep fighting for what it is that you want. Yeah, the Ten of Wands here in the position of something that you're unaware of, that you need to be aware of. That's what I was just getting here, and I was picking up intuitively with you tightening things up, or you kind of securing things more. Ten of Wands is the burden of choice when it comes to like responsibility that we take up with any objective that we have in life. Like it comes with responsibility, and it's the choice we make to take up those responsibilities. So I feel like at this time, you know, with Mercury retrograde, it is kind of making us maybe relook at some things and figure out how we can do things better, how we can improve things, how we can set ourselves up better for the future. And so I feel like the universe is like really wanting you to pay attention to those things, with it being in the area of something that you're unaware of. You did pull this "it's time to take action" card, right? And that's what I was getting with the Seven of Wands. It's like, even if you've been knocked down or set back, or you're just feeling heartbreak and defeated, it's like we can't sit there for too long, right? It's like that self-acceptance and forgiveness and the ability to be able to dissolve, you know, the restrictions that maybe we have placed on ourselves. So I feel like the universe is definitely encouraging you here to, like, you know, rise up again here, Scorpio. You have this change purity card. It's a gazelle. Yep. And this is the purification process. And when we think of purification, it really does relate to the archetype of Virgo, where Mercury is doing its retrograde. It's about to come out of Virgo this week, and it's going to come into Leo, right? Where the emphasis will be put on like our own happiness, our joy, our self-expression, our creativity, us as an individual, and figuring out how to really assert ourselves and be our own authority. So I feel like there's changes of energies here, but the gazelle is like, you know, it's like the gazelle's leap. So there's like some leaps here that you're making that's changing things. So let's clarify your read here, Scorpio. Clarify the Three of Swords here. Clarify the Three of Swords in the position where your power lies. You have the Eight of Cups here. I think where your power lies is your ability here, Scorpio, to be able to regenerate, right? That's just the archetype of Scorpio, be able to regenerate and transmute pain. But I also get here that the Three of Swords, Eight of Cups is, I think there's a new vision quest that you're on with life, right? And it's like our vision in regards to life is always changing. And with the Three of Swords, it's whatever has been lost is like you can't like retrieve. So this is about like self-acceptance, forgiveness, and the ability to, move in the direction of something that will fulfill you or something that is going to fulfill you here. So I know this is not the best energy to like where your power lies, right? But it is like this ability to understand like self-forgiveness and forgiveness in general and compassion here. Clarify the Queen of Swords here for your overall energy. Pull the Queen of Swords again, so that's just a double clarification at this time. You getting that deeper, the overall energy this week, you trying to understand and get clarity here and solve and dissolve whatever the issues are that have been restricting you or making you feel like you're not seated in your power. Clarify the Ace of Wands and your hopes and fears. You have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I feel like your hopes and your fears at this time is to rekindle and connect with the life, right? To life. Ace of Wands, it's just a wand, right? Just Ace of Wands is fire, which represents the spirit and life and wanting to connect back to life. I think at this time, it's like you're really just wanting to rekindle that passion when it comes to your life. Clarify the Sun card in your current energy. You have the Four of Swords here. Well, I like this energy that you're in right now. I think right now you are taking the time for solitude, right? Because the Four of Swords, he's sitting there praying for blessings. And it looks like he's like in a church, but what it really represents is like he's in a sacred space, right? To be able to reconnect to his spirit, reconnect to his soul. And I think that's something that you're doing at this time. And I think the universe is encouraging you here to keep doing that. Clarify the Emperor in your challenge. You have the Tower here. Yep, the Tower, Scorpio. The Tower is like a reset. It's the reset button in the tarot. It's like whatever has happened has shook things up, and we can't clutch on to the remains of the past. It's like now we have a chance here to rise again, to start again, right? And to build the ideal tower that we want, right? Not be, not try to retrieve something that, that's been lost in a way, or that we can't go back to. Clarify the Page of Cups in the future position. You pull the Eight of Wands, yeah, and you could even be getting positive news here, Scorpio. Page of Cups, Eight of Wands, positive encouragement. But also, Eight of Wands is the height of ambition. I think at this time, it's like you're wanting to connect back to that passionate, intense energy, that you like, Scorpio. And I think with this Page of Cups, it's like giving you that sense of upliftment. And with the Eight of Wands, it's giving you that sense of ambition again. It's like you're allowing yourself to rise again. This could be, like I said, this could be positive news coming your way, or good news. Clarify the Ten of Wands in the position of something you're unaware of. You have the Star card, and it's interesting because right after the Tower and the Star card, or right after the Tower and the Tarot is the Star card. And the Star card is like, okay, it's a fresh, now we can see. All right, things have happened, but now we have a clean slate here to rebuild. Ten of Wands. So I think this is your chance here, especially with the Star card, because it represents rejuvenation, vision, new aspirations, inspirations. It's a time here for you to really connect to those things and to follow your North Star, the Star card, follow your dreams, follow your intuition, follow your aspirations here. And also Ten of Wands is the commitment part, so committing to a newer beginning here, and that there's still hope. Clarify the Seven of Wands as the advice. You have the Chariot. Yep, Chariot is another card of ambition, which encourages us to move in the direction of success so we can triumph. And the Seven of Wands, the Chariot is like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going this way, and I'm going to move outside the realms of the conventional ways of doing things that hasn't got me what I wanted, only has brought the Three of Swords. And the Chariot is the ability to just overcome like those lower, heavier emotions by taking the reins of the Chariot with that Seven of Wands, right? Fighting for what it is that you want and allowing yourself to rise up again. Clarify the Five of Swords here and the outcome. You have the Fool card. Yep, new beginning, right? I think you're kind of saying, fuck it, Scorpio, right? The Fool card, you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna like open myself up to these newer possibilities. You pulled this 4th house card. It says roots, and I said in the very beginning, like feeling uprooted. In the 4th house in astrology, if it's being aspected bad, or there's a malefic there, or it's just, you know, the 4th house is just not in a good position, it can bring an energy of emotionally feeling uprooted. And I think at this time, it's like you're trying to reroot yourself, not just emotionally, but also spiritually. That's why I feel like solitude and like really rekindling your inner flame or your inner fire, reconnecting to your spirit is going to be something that's very important for you this week. You have this full moon card. It says surrender to the divine here. So, and this is like the release. Like the 12th house is like a surrender. Like you have to surrender whenever you're going through a 12th house transit. It's like the more you try to clutch and grab onto control and clutch onto the past, and it's like spirit is removing certain things for a reason so that it can create a vacuum of space for something new to enter in. And you pull this acceptance card. It says eccentric. So, and this card is all about accepting like all aspects of who you are and embracing your own individuality and allowing yourself to express yourself as a unique individual being, and not to allow shame or anything to allow you to disconnect from those beautiful aspects of yourself. So, lots of changes going on, Scorpio. So that's what I got for you, Scorpio, in your weekly reading. I'm gonna leave your reading here. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. Like I said, I did update the prices, so if you're interested or curious, you'll see that when you go to my website. If you're newer to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so. Also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And otherwise than that, Scorpio, I'm wishing you the best for the week, and I'll see you later.